Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a full moon in Cancer reading for the general collective. Now, depending on where you are in the world, this full moon took place or is taking place on the 29th or 30th of December. Now, this is a very special full moon. It is the 13th full moon of the year. 2020 was a 4-year in numerology, which really represents the home, the heart, and being at home within ourselves. And this full moon is also allowing us to really release anything that's been weighing us down or holding us back, and also getting us out of the energy that we have to overextend, or we have to try to fix things, or we have to prove ourselves to anyone. So the message here is absolutely beautiful. For those of you who normally follow my channel, I have not been doing my daily readings these past 2 weeks. I do anticipate picking those back up in the new year. I've just sort of gotten a little bit behind, and there's some stuff going on, like with work and in my personal life. So those, I'm not doing this. I haven't done the last 2 weeks, but I do anticipate picking those back up again. So guys, I'm just going to ask that you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, check out the description box for all the information you might need on getting a private reading or other ways to support this channel. Let's go ahead and jump into this. I don't know about you guys, but the week leading up to this full moon has been very intense, okay? But for me personally, I felt like, like the fever has broken when I woke up this morning. So I hope you guys are all doing well, you're healthy, staying sane, loving yourselves. All right, guys, let's jump into this. Messages for the collective, for all signs, for this full moon in Cancer reading. What do we need to know? Wow. All right, so we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse coming out. I'm not going to take it. So yeah, some of you guys, you're deciding not to put any energy into someone, something, maybe changing your course of action. Yeah, because I think it's all about, this full moon is also telling us about, the importance of the path of least resistance. Where have we been trying too hard? Where have we been overextending? Okay, and that we don't have to do that. Okay. And remember, you guys, full moons are perfect times to release what no longer serves us. All right, so we have the Lovers in reverse. Okay. We have the Devil. We have the Empress in reverse. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. The Page of Cups in reverse. Some of you guys are not in communication with someone. For some of you, this may resonate as a love relationship, okay? But where you've been holding back or someone has been holding back, this is going to change, okay? This full moon is really activating, giving us an activation here. Look at that. Page of Wands, fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sag. This is about, I do feel like somebody here has been holding back. Some of you might be waiting on communication from someone. For most of you, I do feel like this is going to have to do with love and relationships. It doesn't all have to be romantic, but that's kind of the hit that I'm getting. But for others of you, maybe about a job, or it could be a family member, it could be a loved one. Remember, our soulmates, they come in so many different ways, shapes, and forms, okay? So it's not all, not all romantic love. But the Page of Wands here is interesting because, what I'm seeing here is like, some of you guys are in separation, or you're not talking, you're worried about making a very tough decision here, or maybe a tough decision has been made because you weren't getting your needs met. But I do feel like there's going to be some sort of release. Like I said, the energy that I felt this morning with this, Cancer full moon was, it's like a fever finally broke. Okay, Page of Wands, this is excitement. This is charisma. This is, I'm on the right path. I'm just going to do it. I deserve this. This is what I've always wanted. And so for some of you, someone's going to be reaching out to you. Look at that, Seven of Swords. This is Venus in Aquarius, so it's like something that was kind of, someone was keeping something from you, or maybe you were holding back, or you weren't really being open and true about how you felt about a person or situation. I feel like, this, you're getting this burst of courage, because you're realizing, I don't need to hold back. I don't want this to, to drag me down or weigh me down as I move into 2021. And we get the Nine of Wands. There's an element of strength, of maturity. This is the wounded warrior. For some of you guys, this is something that's been going on for quite some time. For some of you, if you're inquiring about a soulmate relationship, this would be confirmation that there is a past life element here, okay? And that some of you might be taking a time out, but a much needed break to just sort of regroup and to regather. And we have the Ten of Cups. This is, again, for those of you here for love or a romantic situation, this is a spiritual union. This is emotional fulfillment. But whatever you guys are inquiring about with this reading, the Ten of Cups tells me there's a lot of happiness here, okay? There's a lot of collaboration. The universe is supporting you at this time, okay? Beautiful energy. So you guys are, the collective, we're showing up as the Lovers in reverse. So for many of you, you may have gone through a separation. And when I'm seeing with the Eight of Wands in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse, somebody here has been really holding back. And we see that with the Seven of Swords. Some of you guys are just waiting on communication. Some of you guys might be waiting on money. You might be waiting on a contract. But the Lovers card is telling me that something here is, feels really off balance. And there was a really tough decision that was made or needs to be made. And you're in that process. And with that mirror, again, some of you may be on the twin flame journey, a soulmate journey, or you just may be in an experience or situation that's helping mirror back to you what's going on within. Again, checking in with ourselves and seeing where are we overreaching, where are we overextending, and sort of really tying up any of those sort of insecurities. Obviously that doesn't happen in a day, you guys, but it's beautiful information to help you move forward into 2021. So how you project yourself to the world, or the truth of your relationships right now, we have the Devil. So again, there is with the Devil and the Lovers card, the Devil is actually sort of not so much in this deck, but is sort of the shadow aspect of the Lovers. Some of you guys might be feeling a little bit obsessed about a particular situation or a particular person. Some of you guys might be feeling trapped. Some of you might have, whether you're expressing this to your friends and family or people that you talk to or confide in or not, I think you're definitely feeling like, wow, I can't seem to get away from this. I feel like some of you may have tried to move on from whatever this situation is, and for some reason, no matter what you do, you're constantly being pulled back to this person or back to this idea or back to this memory, and I feel like it's kind of like on replay. And we see this person here who's kind of stuck in a cage. Now Capricorn is the opposite sign of Cancer here. So I'm seeing here that, again, opposites attract. I feel like if you're dealing with somebody else, that the feeling might be mutual, okay? Maybe not for all of you. Again, it's not really for you to decide what somebody else might be thinking or what they might be feeling, but it does really need to be looked at, like what is keeping you back? What is keeping you sort of stuck in this sort of shadow energy? For others of you as well, this is like a very lusty energy. This is about passion. There's some sort of animal magnetism between you and this situation, something that you feel like just can't be avoided, or like a habit that just can't be kicked that easily. What's blocking your desires and goals? We have the Empress in reverse. So sometimes the Empress can represent the other woman when she's in reverse, or the other person. So it could be that there's like a third party energy that's kind of affecting this situation. Some of you may already know about that. Again, if this is like a soulmate or a twin flame journey, you might have a partner who's in a karmic situation and you're waiting for them, you're waiting for that to be released. Again, I don't sort of advocate that you wait for anybody, but with the Empress energy in reverse, more than that third party energy, I'm getting that, there's something here that your wishes haven't been fulfilled, whether that's having a passionate relationship with somebody. I feel like some of you might be in your head, or somebody may be lusting after you, or you may be lusting after someone or something. It doesn't have to be love. It could be like a car. It could be a job. Something that you're finding yourself sort of uncontrollably thinking about. And with the Empress in reverse, it's about not being fulfilled, okay? And so with this energy, is like there may be a focus, too much of a heavy focus on the absence of what it is that you want, okay? Because there, this is Taurus or Libra energy. This is Venusian energy. Right now we do have Venus in Sagittarius. So it's really sort of expanding. It's helping us sort of see the bigger picture here, which I feel like some of us might need to do, because I do feel with these two cards, we have a little bit of tunnel vision here, okay? What you need to do to overcome these obstacles, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Again, this is for me really just sort of reiterating or echoing what I was picking up on with this Empress energy. The Eight of Wands in reverse is telling me that you might not be in communication with somebody. You might be waiting on communication from someone or a job or whatever this means for you. But the Eight of Wands in reverse is telling me that there's a need to detach from the outcome and sort of enjoy the process, because again, I feel like some of us are really overly focused on what we don't have and like what we want. Not so much and really needing to like raise our energy, raise our frequency, so that we begin to attract what it is that we want. And for some of us, it may really take us walking away or detaching from the outcome, trying to micromanage, the how, the when, the where, with whom, okay? And just saying, like going a little bit more general on what it is we're asking for, if this is love or money, okay? And not so hyper focused, because I do feel like some of us have been, with this Gemini energy, I'm getting this like very, very like focused on a particular person or on a particular thing, or, and getting that tunnel vision, and that becoming quite exhausting, okay? The next energy is what you can do within in order to achieve your desires. So we have the Page of Cups in reverse. So I'm getting here with the Page of Cups and the Empress. For some of you, this could be a family situation. It could be like a mother and child. Some of you guys might have to do or work on some mother healing or some inner child work. The Page of Cups in reverse is like somebody who can't quite concentrate. And this is what I'm getting with this Devil energy. There may be something that has happened to you recently, whether it was a breakup or whether it was, what a shift in events, or, maybe just realizing all of a sudden, like, I really need, X, Y, or Z, that it's really pulled you out of your game. It hasn't allowed you to concentrate, because we see this young boy, he's trying to learn to scry. He wants to sort of offer someone or something his cup. He wants to learn. He wants a little bit more emotional depth here, but he keeps getting confused and distracted by this fish that keeps jumping out of the water. So I do feel like there's a need here for focus. There's a need here to be compassionate with yourself, but then also I'm getting like to unhook yourself. Maybe for some of you, it's going to be like shutting off, the TV or your phone before bed. For others, it's going to be shutting off social media. For others, it's going to be different for all of us. But what I'm also getting here with the Page of Cups here is that, within, there's some sort of need for an apology. And some of you guys might be waiting on an apology from someone. And with this Page of Wands energy, I do feel like you're going to get it. Okay. But it might come when you kind of least expect it, or when, for some of you, you might feel like it's a little bit too late, but I do feel like you are going to get that. For others of you, you might feel like you need to reach out to someone, but you need to just sort of like really find this and achieve sort of an internal balance before you do that. Okay, we have lots of pages here. So this is really interesting with lots, 3 pages. It does feel like there could be, a third energy that's involved here. And it could be that, you were really, really excited about something, about a new job, about a move, about a relationship. And it could be that there was a little bit of, self-sabotage or sabotage. It doesn't have to even be you who sabotaged this situation. It could be, if you're inquiring about a person, maybe they did. But what I'm getting here is that there may have been like a third energy here that was affecting this situation. Now, when I say that, we do have the Empress in reverse, so it could be obviously another person, but it could be anything. It could be family. It could be somebody's children, or that they needed to focus more time on their job, or maybe on their emotional balance. Maybe somebody here wasn't quite over something that had happened in the past. And if it's between you guys, maybe there was an argument or a separation in the past that still sort of needs to be healed and cleared. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here, with this energy, that there's a little bit of a need here. There's an emotional need here for maturity. Okay, and I'm not saying that you guys haven't been mature, but it's like maybe even like pulling back and giving yourself a little bit of space, a little bit of emotional distance from this situation. What you need to know, the Page of Swords in reverse. Again, somebody here isn't communicating. And I feel like, we see that with the Seven of Swords. I see this sort of separation, or these two separate energies. Somebody really sort of being trapped here with the Devil energy, waiting on communication, or maybe trying to like build up courage is what I'm getting with the Page of Cups. Build up courage to come in with an offer or an apology, or, having a conversation. Again, there was something that here that either split two people up or sort of split your energy. What you do need to know, Page of Swords, somebody here may not be communicating. They may not be letting you know how they feel. And again, it could be your energy. And we see that with the Eight of Wands, but they're keeping an eye on you, okay? Or you guys are keeping an eye on each other, because with this Devil energy and the Lover's energy, I feel like you guys, if this is a relationship, you're mirroring each other, or this situation is mirroring any sort of insecurities or things that need to be healed within, okay? Your final outcome energy, we do have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this is telling me that everything is going to come together, but you do need to be patient, okay? That there will be collaboration. I do feel like somebody's going to be reaching out. You will be getting communication, but again, it's going to require that you be patient, because this is something that somebody has held on to for quite some time, okay? And remember, this full moon is really helping and allowing us to release. And, we all do that very differently, okay, and in our own time. But I do feel like with this release, we see this Page of Wands, that you will be getting communication, something that will make you happy, because this is what you've been waiting for, okay? So let's go ahead and pull. I'm going to pull the Good Tarot. These cards are not read in reverse, so let's go see what other messages Spirit has for the collective for this full moon in Cancer. All right, the Page of Earth. So we get, like, we were missing the Page of Pentacles, and here it is. So you guys are starting something brand new. Obviously, we're coming up to 2021, but the Page of Earth is telling me that there is some, like, we're regaining stability with whatever this release is, whatever this communication is. Somebody here is really starting to understand, okay, this is what I need to do to boss up. This is what I need to do to move forward, okay, with or without this person or this thing. And it's kind of very much so like in the research phase, but it's like we're prepared. You know what? Somebody I'm getting is building up courage to either move on by themselves, to, to accept an offer, to, whatever it might be, okay? Because this is a collective reading, so it's gonna be different for all of you. So we get the Queen of Swords, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. We have strong Gemini coming out here with the Lovers. The Queen of Swords is about being truthful, being authentic, really tapping into your inner wisdom, coming into alignment with Spirit, whether that's through meditation or through prayer. But you guys have really been doing the work, and I think you're and I love that she's very mature on this, on this card, because no matter how old we are, whatever situations we're dealing with, there are opportunities for us to shine our light, especially if they're challenging. And for many of us, we're going to sort of be able to reflect back on the situation and be like, wow, I have grown so much. Or, maybe even say like, I wasn't handling the situation the way I kind of wanted to, or the way I think, is it really a true reflection of who I am, and correcting that. And I feel like that's just going to be like, just this, it's like cutting away dead weight, all right? The Queen of Air is also about somebody who's going to be direct and honest and authentic in her communication. So, whatever this communication is that comes in, I feel like even, we may surprise ourselves by our sort of mature reaction to it. All right, and then we get the King of Fire, so the King of Wands, beautiful. So Aries, Leo, Sag energy. I do see that this is, this is something that many of you guys, you guys may be dealing with somebody who's very strategic, somebody who's very, who gets a lot of attention, somebody who's very confident. But don't let that sort of intimidate you, because I do feel like, it could be this person, this King of Fire, that was holding back from you, or vice versa. But I do feel with all of these pages, despite what things look like on the outside, that I do feel like there's sort of like this, when I say immature energy, it's like this childlike energy within both of these people here, or within this situation. Okay. The King of Fire gets what he wants. You know, he's very passionate. He's very attractive. And this falling on the Eight of Wands, again, you could be waiting for communication from this person. It could be a boss. It could be a lover. It could be a spouse, family member. But I feel like this is also somebody who cannot be pushed, somebody who's going to take their time and they're going to do it on their own terms. Okay. But I do feel like it is coming in. And then we get the Three of Fire, the Three of Wands, a card of waiting for your ships to come in. So yeah, some of you guys have been waiting for this communication for quite some time. You've been waiting for this person. Maybe you've been waiting to, to release a certain situation here with the Devil energy. Okay. And I feel like you're building yourselves up to that. Okay. The Three of Fire is beautiful because it's about also, this person might be at a distance, whether that's emotional distance or that's physical distance from you, or maybe you thought this was much farther off than it truly is, because Spirit with this Page of Earth is really telling me you guys are ready for this. I feel like there's a little bit of, you're a little timid, or maybe the person that you're dealing with is a bit timid. Because it is starting something new. But I also feel like the King of Fire and the Queen of Air, they're also nudging you and helping you and guiding you along and saying, you know what, it's going to be just fine. Release, let go, move forward. You deserve this. Okay, overall energy, we have the Five of Wands. So this was a challenging situation. For many of you, this has been, one of the biggest challenges that you've had to deal with so far, and that makes sense. This is 2020. It has presented us with a lot of challenges in all different areas of our life. So let's go ahead and see what else Spirit has for the collective. So we have Take a Leap of Faith. There we go. So we have number 30 breaking down to a 3, and then we also have the Three of Fire, and we have the Empress number 3. So with, you guys might be seeing 333. This is an angel number. This in numerology, 3s represent sort of the completion of a phase. But 33 is the master teacher number. So there were some really tough lessons, and I'm getting some really tough Saturnian lessons, and we have Saturn who's moved into Aquarius and Jupiter as well. So I feel like now, I'm getting this energy of like Jupiter now wants to reward you with what Saturn was teaching you, and it's this karma. So I love this Grasshopper Spirit. You're being asked to take a leap of faith. You're being supported here also with that Page of Wands energy. You've got what it takes, okay? And the Page of Earth, even though you might be, you might be a little bit nervous about taking, such a big step. You're gonna be just fine, and you're 100% prepared for this. Okay, and then we get the Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. So another master number 44 coming out. Yeah, so some of you guys, you have felt quite powerless as a result of, either a separation or this imbalance that we're seeing in the Lovers card, and with the Devil energy showing up in the upright. But all of that is changing. So there can be either a rebirth here, or it's just sort of you doing that assessment and really figuring out, okay, the time is now. This is what I've got to do. Getting a really different, like a higher perspective is what I'm getting with this Queen of Air energy as well. 44 is the master builder number. It's about, perseverance, but it's also, many of you guys are going to be receiving material rewards as well, like in finance, or getting a contract, or, again, maybe, you're getting a communication here that's going to make you very, very happy. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and see what else comes out. All right, so we get High Priestess, beautiful. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So many of you guys, this is also like the result of a crown chakra activation. You're just really getting clear. And behind Dana, the High Priestess, this is like, a moon goddess type energy. This full moon is really giving you a higher perspective, okay? It's really allowing you to see things clearly. You know that you can trust your intuition. Panther Spirit, Panthers also, they're nighttime hunters. So I do feel like, many of you guys have been working with moon magic, but also that this full moon is blessing you with releasing something that's been holding you back, or that's been keeping you, out of balance. Okay. And we see that here with this Capricornian energy. Capricorn energy is sort of like controlling, top down karma, work harder. you know, no pain, no gain type energy. And we're really kind of releasing that. All right, we get peace. There is no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. So yeah, take this leap of faith. Everything's happening the way it's supposed to. All right, and again, I do get this mother and child imagery. So for some of you, this might have to do with, you know, inner child work, mother wounding, but for others of you, it might have to do with your children, or just, you know, you're birthing something brand new here with this leap of faith. Okay, and then we get Kali, endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Beautiful, you guys. This is, you know, everything this reading has been about so far. You know, taking this leap of faith, starting something new. You know, the time is now. There have been a lot of challenges leading up to this point, but you know, the universe has got your back here. So I'm just going to pull some romance angels for those of you where this does have to do with a romantic situation or a soulmate situation. But again, we can apply these messages to any situation, really. All right, so we've got let go of control issues. Beautiful. So again, there's that page of earth, like you're ready. You don't need to control the situation. Again, those of you working with law of attraction. Okay, so allow the situation to unfold naturally. And then we get make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Yeah, so there's some challenging here, but I do feel like, you know, on both parts here that, you know, there is a need to make an effort here in releasing and being more vulnerable as well, which can be quite scary. But, you know, anybody who listens to Brene Brown, for example, remember vulnerability is that space, is that energy where we have, you know, our biggest breakthroughs and creation, and being vulnerable is not easy to do. All right, so we get let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Okay, yeah, so again, I do feel like some of you guys might be on break, or you just need some, you know, emotional space and distance between you and this situation. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Yeah, so again, releasing control, detaching from the outcome. We're seeing that it's time, like we can't control other people. We can't control, you know, all we can control is our reaction and how we deal with something. And you know, and knowing that is very powerful, because then you can go on, you know, you can go on and do what's best for you, because I'm feeling many of us are trying to control a situation, or we've been in that energy, and by releasing that, you know, we get what we want, we move forward. Okay, and then we get close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Beautiful, you guys, beautiful. So again, being present. I know that whatever this lovers in reverse energy means for you guys, it's a tough decision, or a tough decision was made. For many of you, it may be a separation, but it doesn't mean that that has to consume you. I do feel like something beautiful is coming to you. You know, there's going to be, you know, a miracle birthed from this challenge or these challenges. And deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you found clarity and guidance in these messages. I wish you all a very, very happy full moon in Cancer. And thank you for being here. I love you.